In the Arizona desert stands a giant of earth and stone, mighty Superstition Mountain, with its mystery and its gold. A miner out prospecting found his fortune and his fame, found the gold of superstition.
No, he didn't. You know, the Lost Dutchman mine doesn't exist and it never had. You know, the Deutschman, Jacob Walls, used to steal high-grade gold ore from around Wickenburg, which is, you know, southern Arizona, probably from the Vulcan mine. And to explain why he had high-grade gold ore, he invented a mine in the Superstition Mountains. It doesn't exist. But if you tell treasure hunters to this day it doesn't exist, and you explain why it doesn't exist, a lot of them will get very, very, very irate if you present the evidence showing that the mine does not exist and never did. They just become further entrenched in their idea and their belief that someday that mine is going to be found. Perhaps they will find it. Same is true for free energy inventors out there. Throughout the centuries, they come up with these same ideas over and over and over again. If you explain to them why not only they cannot work, but when they were tried in the past they did not work, they just, a lot of them, get irate and further entrenched, and they grasp all the stronger their beliefs. So why do I bother? It beats shoveling horseshit, I guess.
What if we could turn the turbine using electricity at a lower cost than the output?
When Sifu Red says lower cost, he means less electricity being put into the system than what comes out. He used the word cost, which I don't understand why.
My idea is this, all right? If you could time it correctly with short bursts of electrical energy to keep a flywheel moving, that'd be this. We're going to go ahead and look at the design.
First off, this is not Sifu Red's idea. This idea has been thought of by hundreds of thousands of other people. To name just a couple, Lutech, their first device, tried this, even though everybody told them it's ridiculous and it won't work. They tried it and they discovered it doesn't work. Bedini did the same thing. You know, if you make an electric motor and you only give very quick bursts in the on the commutator, inertia will do the rest and generate more electricity coming out than going in. It doesn't work. Physics says so, common sense says so, but a hell of a lot of people, a legion of people, come up with this idea every bloody year, and they try it. Some of them try it. Some of them just say it will work, and they don't try it. And every time they try it, it fails.
That right there is the out power, all right? And then some of the power is going to be redirected into the system, and then the rest of it goes out and out to power, you know, what.
What he means is, you take one of these and you plug it into itself, and then you push the on button, and then you plug in your refrigerator, your vacuum cleaner, and your alarm clock into the other three available slots. This is his idea. Must I always point out that if you have a system, any system, no matter how clever it is, if you put in, let's say, 200 joules of energy, you will always, without any exception at all, no matter how clever you are, get less than 200 joules out. A system can't power itself, and then you can't expect it to produce more energy to power something else. We saw this in the Lutech device, like I mentioned. I don't understand why people don't understand that. What I don't understand also, and it is not only Sifu Red who does this, how is it possible for people out there, hundreds of thousands of such people, who come up with these same ideas over and over and over again, how is it possible they can believe that the world's physicists haven't thought of these ideas? You would think that they would think, well, physicists haven't done this, so there must be a reason why. You know, I suppose it's a matter of arrogance that they believe that, you know, there must be more than 10 million physicists on the planet at the moment, and not one of them thought of this idea, but Sifu Red did, and his ilk did, and Lutech did, and Bedini did, and Joseph Newman did. None of which are educated in the subject, by the way. You know, Newman never got an education, for example. How is it possible they can believe that the world's physicists somehow missed this idea? I mean, physicists and engineers send spacecraft, you know, to the farthest reaches of the solar system and beyond, and they can calculate with such accuracy that they can send a craft to a specific spot in the solar system 4 years or 5 years in advance. And when the spacecraft gets to that spot, so does the planetary body, and they kind of meet, and they all calculate. And the physics is just, you know, to 20 decimal places. And they can do this, and they can pretty much do it with ease these days. How is it these people can believe that physicists just somehow didn't come up with the idea that they keep coming up with? Electricity, which of course...
He's critical to my case, and he needs protection.
So give him a condom. You're not using them.